How y'all doing? All right. Hi everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right. This one is called. Hold up. Oh, this one is called. I gotta take you out. Yes. This was This was about my old job that I was at. My first job, actually. My first job. And before I tell the story, I just want to say RIP to the boss there. Because I heard he passed away this year in July. So RIP. I won't say his name or nothing like that. Oh, wait, anyway, when I was at this job, I I set out to be the best worker I could. So I would running back and forth and everything like that. But he would never my boss would never give me any recognition. He would always say, "Hey, what you doing? What you doing? You're loafing around. Come on, get it going, get it going, get it going." He would constantly tell me to that something is wrong every time. He never told me good job or nothing like that. And I tried my best. I really tried my best. So one day I was working, and I think I was cleaning the restrooms out. That's what I was doing. I was cleaning the restrooms out, and while I was cleaning the restroom out, he came in the restroom and was looking around in there. He said, and he used to make me mad. He used to call me Junebug all the time. Junebug, Junebug, sweep over here. Get over here. Get that broom. Bring that broom over here and sweep over here in this corner. Look at that. Look at that trash over there in the corner. And it was no trash in there in the corner. It was just a little dusty, like. But he saw that and then had to point it out. So I went over to the corner and cleaned that. And while I was cleaning it, then he looked in the urinal. He said, look in the urinal. Look in there. What do you see in there?" And I looked in there. I said, "It looked like a quarter." He said, "Get it out of there. Reach in there and get it out of there." And I said, "Well, give me you. I need some gloves. I got to get some gloves." He said, "No, just reach in there. Get it. Get it." And I said, "That's too unsanitary for me. You know, I'm not gonna do it. If I had gloves, I would reach in there and get it out. Or if I got something I can fish it out with, I would get it out of there." And he said, "I swear to God." And he stuck his hand in there. He took the quarter out. And I said, "Oh well." And guess what? He suspended me for that. He suspended me. So it was almost time for us to get off anyway. So he suspended me like about an hour before, you know. So I walked around downtown for a minute. I was mad. I was heated. I really was. I was mad. But and this guy, he had the store sold up. He had, because people used to come from miles around to have his corned beef or his brisket of beef and his all kinds of beef sandwiches and stuff like that. Italian beef, Italian stallions. He had all of that. So I went I walked around downtown for a minute, window shopping and stuff. And then I went to the parking garage where all of us used to park at. So I went in my car and I sat in there, and I was just contemplating, you know. So I was thinking about taking him out, taking the boss out. because I'm telling you, man, he made my life a living. Yeah, he did. He made my life terrible, you know. And I hated coming to work. I liked the job, but I didn't like what happens when I get there. I never could understand why he used to constantly target me. He used to target me from the time I got there to the time I left. And I usually had to leave late because he had me in there cleaning something or something like that. So I was sitting in the car waiting on him to come to the parking lot, you know. And and suddenly this song came on. It was by Marvin Gaye, you know. It was called the Save the Children. Save the Children. Y'all know. There'll come a time when the world won't be singing. Flowers won't grow, no, and the bells won't be ringing. Who really cares? Who is willing to try to save a world that is destined to die? Yes. Yeah. That song came on. And I'm telling you, it really touched my heart. It did. It really touched my heart. Once the song went off, as soon as the song went off, I saw him coming through the garage. And I got out the car and I had a little I had a little chick, you know, with me, you know. So I got out the car and I stood there and he came and he saw me. He said, Junebug, what's happening? What's happening? You got to do better next time, okay? Have a nice Thanksgiving, okay? And he said that to me. And he had never talked nice to me like that before. So I let him live. I did. I let him live. I got in my car and I drove off, you know. Well, man, it was terrible, man. It was terrible. But after that, it stopped. It stopped. When I got back to work, when I finally came back, he suspended me for 3 days. When I came back, he didn't mess. He suddenly stopped messing with me. But I had on those 3 days he had suspended me. I was looking for another job, you know, my second job, and I landed one at the Chicago Tribune. So that was it. So I left, and when I came back to get my last check, I had my Chicago Tribune uniform on. So yeah, man. But man, I almost messed my life up. Really. I really almost messed my life up. And I didn't know at that time that people manage different things in a different way. Some people micromanage. Some people try to be at your back of your neck, telling you every time you do something, they're looking at trying to see if you do something wrong or something like that. You know, so it's different ways of managing, you know. But I didn't know it at the time though. But I'm glad I followed my first mind, and I'm kind of glad for Marvin Gaye for putting that song out, man. Cause it was that song really touched me, man. So goodness gracious, yeah. I'm glad I let him live because he lived a long time. See, this was back in the 80s. This was in 80 something, and he just died this year. So he lived a long time, and he was older at the time when I was there. So I don't know if he was 90 something or 100 maybe. But well, RIP to you. All right. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share them with your friends. Share my videos with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Adios. Salamet.
Salamat. I'm glad you didn't do it.